Tattooing is an art form that's been practiced for hundreds of years. It gets a lot of attention in the media for being sometimes controversial, and in other cases, many people are being put off by getting tattoos. There is a controversy surrounding them, which is unfairly placed in most cases. I believe that tattoos can be a normal part of our everyday life, and I do believe that they can be a great tool used for both healing and finding comfort in one's own skin. In order to explore that, I've met with a tattoo artist and a tattooee called ECAT. Their story of reaffirming their gender dysphoria and body dysmorphia through tattooing is powerful. In order to narrow the lens on where tattooing can be a useful medium and have its perks, it's a healing method.
My name is Bradley Fleming.
How long have you been tattooing for?
About 9 years now, coming up to 9 years in January.
What made you decide to be a tattoo artist?
To be honest, I never wanted to be. I was working in a gym and we got a guy to have a stupid tattoo done. And the guy who was doing it actually said he was offering out an apprenticeship. So I went for it because I could always do drawing, and then yeah, I was given it there and then, the apprenticeship, and then 4 months later I was tattooing.
Do you enjoy tattooing?
Yeah, I do. It's tough at times when you have to do like long hours, and then once you get home you've got to do another design, so it can go on till quite late at night, which people don't actually see.
Do you find it to be a rewarding job though?
Oh, it's a very rewarding job. I specialise in portraits, and a lot of them are memorial portraits. So when you see the look on someone's face after you've done a portrait of a lost loved one or something like that, then yeah, it's very, very rewarding.
So tattoos get quite a bad rap in public. Do you think they deserve the bad rap?
Well, it's getting better now. When I first started, I'll always remember there was an old woman that used to cross the street every morning when I walked to work, because she looked at my neck tattoos, so I didn't have face tattoos, and she looked at my neck tattoos and obviously didn't like the look of me, but it's becoming a lot more socially acceptable now, even on the hands and neck and face, which I never thought would happen, but yeah, it's becoming a lot better.
Do you find tattooing helps with any sort of issues you suffer from after being in the army for so long?
It's good, you can chat to people, do you know what I mean? You've got someone to speak to all day if they're willing to talk to you and get things off your chest, and just, yeah, it's a good...
Tattoos have been a staple of society for most of recorded history, being used to mark status, job roles, and symbolic of cultural roots or religion. Tattoo artists like Brad use this rich heritage to develop their own personal art styles in their craft. They are artists without doubt. Tattooing takes many forms, such as the Maori hookah. These are hand-poked tribal artworks representing the spirit of the wearer, with different symbols representing growth or spiritual connection. Or the Nepalese monks whose tattoos embody the wearer based off the monk's feeling of their aura and chakra. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the traditional illustrated men and women of the circus using these beautiful adornments as attractions to bring in entertainment. Tattoos have also faced negative images in the past. An example of this is the Japanese organised crime syndicate known as the Yakuza, who used full body suits to mark their membership of the organised crime syndicate. These bodysuits would be in full colour, depicting Japanese legends in order to show signs of wealth and power. Or my personal favourite style of tattooing, this being traditional tattoos, worn during the 1700s, initially starting off with sailors. They were designed to be the working man's tattoo with bold colours, oftentimes, in some cases, using brick dust instead of ink. These were designed to be bold, colourful, they would last forever. They were thick, and they had beautiful meanings behind them. One of the best examples of this is the classic swallow. It represents how many nautical miles you've travelled. In a 2015 survey, it was found that over 1/5 of the UK have at least one tattoos, the number representing the growing surge in self-expression through tattooing, with all styles moving in and out of popularity, allowing tattoo artists like Brad to represent their chosen style and find a place for it and a market for it. What sort of is your profession and career now?
Well, I'm studying film and media production in Staffordshire University, and I want to be a filmmaker.
How many tattoos do you have?
Well, I have 2 tattoos.
What was your first tattoo?
Well, my first tattoo is both of them. So they're basically 2 food dogs, and they're supposed to be like in front of temples, and they're supposed to be for protecting. Like, there's a female food dog and there's a male food dog. Yeah.
Does that have any deeper meaning behind it, or?
Honestly, it's just for protection, and they look cool. But technically, I did want it in like the section it is, to feel more confident in my body, basically.
Have your tattoos ever sort of helped you?
Yeah, definitely. When I just look in the mirror before I got tattoos, I was like super insecure about my body. I didn't really like to show anything, like any like skin or anything. I don't know, I just never felt confident with my body, so having tattoos on the place they are just makes me feel confident, because it literally like warps around my body, so my brain can't just imagine like sizes. It literally is there, so it doesn't really change when you look in the mirror. It's all like mental stuff.
Do you think having tattoos puts people at a disadvantage when sort of seeking jobs and careers?
I think it depends. It depends if you're going into like a business industry, a lawyer industry, or if you're going more like creative route. And I think most of the people that get tattoos are in the creative like route. So I think it doesn't have a disadvantage. And if you do have like a problem with having tattoos like in a workplace, it's stupid, because it could literally mean like something from someone's religion up to something that's really like important to them.
I think that tattoos are becoming more accepted and popular in society.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sort of discussion currently about sort of tattoos and their place in helping mental health. Sort of what's your stance on that?
I think everyone has different reasons why they get tattoos, and I think mostly it's for decorative purposes. But I think it does help a lot of people with mental health, and like not only with like not only like with depression or maybe like anxiety or other stuff, but I think also with like body dysmorphia and like anything related with your body, like physically, it just helps you like become more confident within yourself.
From these interviews, we've learned that tattooing is a truly beautiful art form. The things it allows you to do, stories you can generate through the tattoos that you have, and the places those tattoos can take you mentally and physically are truly amazing. So I'm going to conclude this film by leaving you with one question.
When are you coming to get a tattoo?
The shows I love, all the same shit that you do. It's about time I tried something new to stick and poke out my commitment issues. So ink me. Hit me with the pen, I'm an artwork. Let the church say amen. Hey man, I won't say it again. My body is the canvas. You